2, how to give yourself permission to declutter, okay? And I am getting topics from you guys in the group and on Instagram and on the email list and from the podcast to make sure that I'm talking about stuff that's relevant to you. And I love this topic because I'm going to be talking to a lot of you guys who have been listening for a while, okay? A lot of you guys have been following the group. You've been participating in the group. You've been reading all the free guides that I give you. Maybe you've purchased a course. Maybe you've gotten started, but for some reason you're still like, I haven't decluttered yet, and I don't know how, and I don't know what to do. And today we're going to kind of go deep into that, figuring out the reason. And really what it breaks down to is giving yourself permission to do this, okay? So I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of a foundation, which is how we start all of these conversations. Hey, Leah. How we start all of these conversations, which is like a mindset, like what's going on beneath the surface, and then I'm going to give you action steps. So I want to let you know that you are the one in control of this, okay? I'm going to invite some people on Facebook real quick because I can, and I forgot to. Savannah, I'm inviting Savannah specifically because this was for her, and I hope she catches the replay. Okay, so I want to remind you first that you are in control, okay? You are the one that is choosing to declutter or not declutter. And if you guys have been following for a while, you know that I like to read a lot of like self-help, personal development type things. I like listening to Abraham Hicks, and a consistent theme that comes up in the things that I read and the people that I follow and the podcast that I listen to is that you're in control, okay? No one's going to do this for you. No one's going to come into your home. Okay, they're not talking about decluttering, but nobody's going to come into your home and create the life that you want for you. You have to do that. It's a choice. Everything that you're doing or not doing is a choice. And we have so much freedom, and we are so great at making choices that we can choose to keep ourselves stuck, okay? And so if you're listening to this, if the title of this called to you, if you've thought this, if you've wondered, like, what's my deal? Like, why can't I declutter? Why haven't I done this yet? It's because you're choosing not to, okay? And I know that's like a really tough pill to swallow because you're like, well, whatever. Like, I know that it can be super frustrating to hear, but that is the reality of it. You're either choosing to declutter your home or you're not, okay? You have all of the resources in here. I give out tons of free information, literally every day for about 30 to 45 minutes a day. I'm here talking to you guys live. I write blog posts. I write freebie guides. I create courses. Some of you guys have paid for the courses and you're still like, dang, why haven't I done this? And I don't know why, but we're going to talk about some things that you can do to get into that zone and actually start taking action, okay? Because you create your reality. You create all of it. You create the good parts, you create the bad parts, you respond to things. Okay, so it's on you. It's on you. You have to give yourself permission. Okay, you can come into these groups and I can give it to you. I can push you in that direction. I can give you the resources. I can give you the steps to follow, but I can't do it for you. Okay, you have to do that for yourself. Okay, so that's kind of the foundation. I just want to lay that out, put that out, get you ready. And then I actually have 5 steps. I have five action steps for you today. Hey, Rebecca. Emily says, ouch, you're right. Jean, Shamra says, amen. Leah. So I want to let you guys know too, that some of the people who are live right now, they've been decluttering for a while. Jean has, Shamra has, Emily has, and they've been doing it. Okay. Lots of you guys have been doing it. If you have been doing it, you haven't posted pictures or shared in the group or whatever, do so that we can know, so that you're not alone in this. And I know that for people like Shamra and Jean and Emily and everybody else and Rebecca, and it's not always easy, but they do it anyway, okay? So search the group. If you're not in the group, I'll put it in the comments wherever you're watching this, and get into the group so that you can realize that you're really not alone on this, okay? We're all doing it, or we've all done it, okay? So step number 1, stop rationalizing and stop justifying your dissatisfaction, okay? So this isn't a decluttering tip. This is a, hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself tip. Stop the rationalizing. Stop the justifying it. Stop saying, I would declutter if I had more time. I would declutter, but I have to work. I would declutter, but my kids are busy. I would declutter, but whatever the reason is, you're coming up with justifications and reasons why you're not decluttering yet. Okay, something in you is like, hold on. If I declutter my house, my life will actually be easy. And I actually kind of am comfortable right now being really uncomfortable. Okay, and it's weird, but it's true. That's how we are. So stop rationalizing it. Stop justifying it. Stop saying things like, mom life is busy, mom life is messy. Only good moms have messy floors or sticky floors or whatever it is that you tell yourself, whatever kinds of memes are floating around. Like we know what those memes are. Okay, and I tell you guys a lot, like it's funny until it's not funny. Okay, it's funny until that's your real life. And you're like, okay, it's not really funny that my couch is actually a pile of laundry. Okay, like stop justifying it. Stop coming up, stop telling yourself lies to make yourself feel okay with it. Okay, look at it for what it is and realize, hey, this actually kind of sucks and I don't like this and I'm going to change it. Yeah, Lindsay says, just fucking do it. Yeah, just do it, guys. Just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just get started. Just do something and stop telling yourself reasons that it's okay. Stop saying everybody else is doing it. Okay. Everybody else has a cluttered home. Everybody else is drowning in their motherhood. Everybody else is miserable. Who cares? Like, is that what you want? Is that what you want? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Which leads me into number 2. Understand, know, believe, trust me when I say you are meant to thrive. You are not meant to suffer. Okay. You are not meant to feel like you can't declutter, because if you do declutter, life's going to be pretty easy and it's going to get pretty great. Okay. You're not meant to suffer. For some reason, it's so common for us to basically self-sabotage and be like, I really want this, but if I have a clean home, what are people going to think about me? If I have an uncluttered home that takes me 20 minutes a day to clean, how are my friends going to view me? If I have a house that looks like it could be featured on Pinterest, are people going to think I'm a snob? And I mean, who cares what other people think, okay? You're not meant to suffer. You are meant to thrive, and that's included in your mom life, okay? I know we joke about it, and this is what I say all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it on repeat because the more you hear it, the more it's going to make sense. But you are meant to thrive, okay? You're not meant to suffer. We are made to live life and live abundantly. Yeah, Shammer, that's exactly right. You're not meant to suffer. Okay, it's not okay to just be like, well, when the kids turn 18, maybe I'll have some time to clean the house. Like, no, now is when you're meant to thrive. So I was going to say something and I totally lost my train of thought, but that's okay. Okay, now number 3, like I said, guys, today this isn't really like how to declutter. This is more of like the really deep underlying reasons as to why you have not decluttered yet and how to give yourself permission to actually do it. Jean says, all summer I came home from work, put my kids in front of the TV and decluttered for an hour or more every day. I can't see the rest of the comments, but yeah, Jean. And that's a really great example of like just doing what you have to do to get it done. Yeah, short term, nobody's like, man, I don't want to be the mom who's like sitting my kids in front of the TV so that I can get to work. But it pays off in the long run. Yeah, you spent that. And I know, Jean, because I've been watching you and seeing everything that you've been doing, but she spent those few months doing that so that she has the rest of her kids' childhood and the rest of her season of motherhood to actually be engaged with them, and be engaged with them in a way that's easy and fun and happy, and in a way that she can give her kids everything that she feels like they deserve, not just like staying stuck in survival mode every single day. So sometimes that's just what you have to do. You just have to kind of suck it up for a little bit and let them play the iPad, let them watch the movies, ask for help, do things that you wouldn't normally let them do, knowing that it's going to pay off and be absolutely 100% worth it in the future. I do that all the time. Brittany says, I do that all the time. I always say, well, when Nola is 5 or 6, then I'll be able to do this and this. And Brittany, I can tell you from experience, yeah, everybody says that, but it's not true. No matter what age your kids are, there's always going to be something, and there's always going to be some sort of way that you can be like, oh, that's my excuse to not do it. You got to shift it, and you got to stop making them your excuse and make them your reason. So yeah, when they're 5 or 6, they can entertain themselves a little bit more, but they have sports and they have school, and you have to drive them back and forth way more places, and they're way more active and ask you way more questions and want you to do more of these in-depth things. So there's always going to be something coming up to be like, oh, I can't because blah, 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 blah. You have to decide, I'm going to do it now or now, or now. Like, it doesn't matter when, it's always now. So tip number 3, give into them short-term. Okay, no, this isn't tip number 3. This is what Sharon was saying. Give into them short-term for the long-term. That's exactly right. That's a really good way of saying it. Okay, so tip number 3, take a really close look at your behavior and come up with a tolerations and BS list and write it down. So when I say tolerations and BS, what are you tolerating? This is something that I learned from Melissa Killeley. We've been working really closely together, and it's been a lot of fun, but she said, write it down. Write down the things that you are tolerating. So maybe it's you're tolerating laundry piles scattered throughout your house. Maybe it's tolerating paper piles. Maybe it's tolerating your kids destroying the house all day long, 24/7, because they have way too many toys. Maybe you're tolerating, whatever it is, you're tolerating something, which means that you're putting up with something that you don't have to put up with. You can change it, okay? So write down those tolerations and then realize that it's BS, okay? Bull, you know what I'm saying, okay? It is. So write them down, figure out what those are. Take a really close look at what's going on in your home to make you so freaking overwhelmed to the point where you're like, I can't declutter because I can only declutter my house once everything's clean. And guess what? That's never going to happen. Okay? Never going to happen. If you're waiting for your house, your cluttered house, to be clean, or all of the laundry to be clean, or all of the dishes to be clean before you declutter, you're never going to do it, okay? I'm telling you, put in your face right now that is 100% you coming up with a reason to sabotage yourself, okay? You deserve more than that. You deserve better than that. So stop telling yourself these things. And stop tolerating it, okay? Just stop tolerating it. And when you stop tolerating these little things, start with the little things. Start with things like the paper piles or whatever it is. But yeah, the paper piles that Lindsay says multiply like rabbits. Stop tolerating them, and eventually you're going to stop tolerating the bigger things. Like, you're going to stop tolerating your insane amount of debt, or you're going to stop tolerating the people and relationships in your lives that are just sucking the life out of you. You're going to stop tolerating and putting up with all this stuff because you're going to realize that it's BS, okay? So that's number 3, is take a really close look at your behavior and the things around you that you are tolerating and come up with ways to fix them. And if you're in this group, if you're watching this live, if you're on my email list, if you're watching on YouTube, whatever, in the comments, in the links, anywhere, somewhere around this video, you will find lots of tools and resources to find the solutions for all of those things that you're tolerating, whether it's my blogs or other videos or courses or freebies or guides, or just showing up in the group and asking somebody, hey, this is what's going on. How can I fix this? And somebody will answer you, whether it's me or other people who are in the same boat as you. That's the great thing about this community, is it's 100% supportive all the time, and I love it. But you're going to stop tolerating those things. You're going to stop tolerating a life of overwhelm. I can tell you, I have a really low tolerance for it now, like super low, like scary low, like maybe sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe I've taken it too far, but then I'm like, no, I don't think I have, because I shouldn't have to tolerate crap, okay? Nobody should have to tolerate crap. That's not how life is meant to be lived. And I'll just let you guys know, mine is super duper low. It's so low when it comes to relationships, people, conversations, thoughts that get into my mind. Like, my mind is like a steel trap. Like, I don't let crap into it. I don't let crap into my house. I don't let crap into my relationships as much as possible. And I've told you guys this before, like 90% of the time, I'm super happy, feeling great. The other 10% of the time is when I'm like, okay, room for improvement. How do I fix this? Let's get better from it. But I just don't tolerate it anymore. Okay. Tip number 4 is just do it. Just start. Just get a plan, get a guide, just go. Don't think about it. Don't give yourself time to come up with 1,000,001 excuses as to why you can't do it. Just do it. And I can tell you this, guys, from experience. I left my only home I had ever known in Alaska on my 24th birthday. I had 24 years of accumulating stuff and bringing it with me. And in a matter of 5 weeks, we had decided that we were going to move across the continent to Florida. I brought 3 suitcases total, 2 suitcases of clothes, 1 suitcase of toys. That's all I brought. And I didn't die. And I didn't run out of money. And I always had enough. And my life was really easy. And my life got very happy. My life got really fun. My kids and I bonded. I bonded with my husband. I figured myself out. I opened up space to have great, meaningful relationships. I figured out what it meant to be a mom, what that meant to me. I figured out the type of home that I wanted to create for my kids. And I learned that a house is just a house. A home is what you make it. And so trust me when I say you can get rid of your stuff. You can get rid of the toys. You can get rid of the extra clothes. You can get rid of all of the crap you're keeping just in case. You can get rid of the duplicates. You can get rid of the paper piles, the laundry piles, the toy piles, the books, the whatever it is that you have. I promise you, you can get rid of it and you're not going to be deprived. You're not going to be lonely. You're not going to be sad. You're going to open up this space to be filled in with so many more powerful things. Okay. I did that this weekend and I already feel 1,000,000 times lighter. Yeah, Lindsay went to town this weekend, guys. Lindsay was like, I saw bits and pieces of her pictures that she was doing, but like she made a huge, huge dent in her clutter. And listen, she's saying, I feel 1,000,000 times lighter. That's what happens. You let go of the things and you get filled back up with so much more important stuff. Okay. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. And then number 5 is kind of a tip, but also kind of a mindset thing that I just heard I heard it right before I got on here and I had to tell you guys, but when you think of your dream home, you know, when you think, I'm not talking about like you get on Zillow and are like, wow, I like that $500,000 house. That's not what I'm talking about. When you think of your dream home, the space that you're raising your kids in, the space that you're spending your time with your family in, the space that you're inviting your friends into, the space that you're creating memories with your kids, okay? No one dreams of that dream home waking up and tripping over toys, or waking up and wondering where that funny smell is coming from, or waking up and just being so bummed out that you have a stack full of dishes from 3 days ago. Okay, that's not anybody's dream house. That's not anybody's dream home. And that's not where or how people want to raise their kids. Okay, when they think of their dream home, they think of things that are orderly, that are visually pleasing, that are easy to be in, that are cozy, that are inviting, that you look at and make you just excited to be in. So think about that, okay? When you're like telling yourself, I can't declutter the laundry because it's not all washed, that makes no sense. Like if you're wanting a change, if you're wanting a simplified, decluttered home, it makes no sense to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances to line up when life is happening all around you and you're never going to have a chance to catch up on all that laundry before you purge it, okay? Just, it doesn't make sense. You have to take action. You have to do something. You have to almost get to a point of desperation where you're like, enough is enough and I'm just going to go for it, okay? So those are my tips for you guys to give yourself permission to actually start decluttering. Does anybody have questions? Like I said, I'm live in 3 different areas right now: Instagram, podcast, Facebook. What kind of questions do you guys have for me? What kind of thoughts do you have? Where are you at with all of this? I want to hear, so it's a conversation and not just me talking to myself. So I'm going to put, while I'm waiting for the questions to come in, I do want to let you guys know that I have opened up Motherhood Simplified, the course. It's going to launch on October 10th, and it is my favorite course I've ever made. We do talk a little bit about decluttering. At the core of it, you know, is like simplifying and removing all of the excess, but I do give you systems and tools and support and guides on, desperation is key, I think, says Shamra, on how to simplify every area of your life. Your mindset, the mindset has like 5 subsections in it. Hey, Kristen and Ashley. Jean says, yay, go do that course. Yeah, we start with the mindset because the mindset is really where it all starts. There's 5 sections in there: how to stop thinking and start doing. So many things inside of there. How to simplify your relationships, your friendships, your marriage, how to simplify your self-care, how to simplify your time and take ownership of your time with Google Calendar and Trello, which are free resources that every mom should have if she's like pulled in a billion different directions and wants to figure out how to manage her life. Cleaning systems that actually work. Okay, it's not like a printable Pinterest thing. I actually teach you how to create one for your specific home. Simplified fitness and nutrition, simplified decluttering. Apothecary Simplified is coming soon from my friend Jody, so that you can have like herbal home remedies and a natural minded first aid kit, like preparation for your kids if they were get hit, hurt, or sick. But it's my favorite course that I've ever made. I'm really proud of it. Like I said, enrollment is open now, and you get 2 weeks of coaching from me in a group setting with other moms doing it with you, where I walk you through it all with a daily email. I will send you guys emails and say, hey, what's going on? Like, what do you need help with? You send me your replies and your questions, and I answer them. Like, no question goes unanswered. It's 2 weeks of like really focused time where I can help you. Lindsay's, it won't let me open up your comment. Not a question, but I'm totally going to brag about my awesome hubby who took care of the littles while I decluttered. I can't see the rest of it, but I love that he's helping you, because husbands is something we talk about a lot. So, so yeah, that course, I will put it in the comments. I want as many moms in it as possible. And one of the suggestions that one of the moms who had done the course before said was, it helps to have like kind of a jump start on your decluttering journey before you start it. So anybody who signs up today for the Motherhood Simplified course will get 7 days to an uncluttered home for free. 7 days to an uncluttered home is $44. So you'll get that for free if you enroll today, and then you will get the Motherhood Simplified course for life. You get both of those courses for life. It's $111 for the Motherhood Simplified, but then like I said, today only, what is today? Today is October 1st. If you enroll today, I will give you 7 days to an uncluttered home so that you can kind of jumpstart your decluttering process and your journey and get going. And then for any of the moms who are in Motherhood Simplified already and not in 7 days to an uncluttered home, I am going to do like a 50% off thing for today. If you're already in Motherhood Simplified and you want the 7 days course, it's $22 for today. And like I said, I want as many moms in there. Okay, guys, so this is like a passion project for me. This is actually a form of my self-care, creating these communities and navigating you guys through this. So I will put the link for that in the comments. Anybody who signs up today, October 1st, I will, like I said, get you that course. I'm going to go through and read the comments real quick. Okay, Lindsay, yes, high five to Lindsay's husband. All the oils, oils, and she does a lot of herbal stuff too. Herbal and even things like Epsom salt and garlic. Okay, guys, like her Apothecary Simplified is going to be amazing. It's truly an amazing course. Can't wait to delve back into it again. Yeah, and for the moms who did round 1, they're going to be a part of round 2. So the moms coming into round 2 are going to get the best kind of support from the more experienced moms. The experienced moms are going to kind of get to refine and tweak their skills that they learned before, which is totally a Montessori teacher and me coming out, where we have the mixed ages and the younger kids help the older kids, or no, the younger kids ask the older kids for help and the older kids help the younger kids, and everybody benefits. Like, that's what it's going to be like. I feel like April says, I feel stalled because I am mostly decluttered, at least decluttered all the easy stuff. Now it's the harder things. Yes. And that is really, really common, is that you get through and you're like, okay, this is kind of easy. But then you still kind of look around and you're like, there's actually still a lot of stuff here that you're not quite sure what to do with. We think that we are supposed to keep because it's just a lot of the stuff, guys, that I had a really hard time getting rid of when we moved from Alaska to Florida was stuff that I felt like I was supposed to have. Like moms are supposed to have a KitchenAid, right? Moms are supposed to have a hand mixer and a blender and a Vitamix and a baby bullet, and moms are supposed to have all this kind of stuff. But I do understand what you're saying, April, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later on in this week too, is like kind of like how you actually arrive. Like, how do you get to this sweet spot of like, oh, I feel like I'm done, instead of being like, I feel like I made a lot of progress, but I'm not quite there yet. Lindsay says the course is amazing. I feel the benefit of being decluttered, but I know I'm not done yet. Yeah, exactly. There's like this really big shift where you're like, boom, I got all the major things done that was really obvious, and then you got to refine it and tweak it. 7 days is the room by room. 7 days to an uncluttered home is focused areas, the most commonly overwhelming areas. So it's not the full, like top to bottom, every nook and cranny. It's laundry, dishes, toys, bathroom, your car, surfaces, laundry, dishes, toys. Somebody help me out. Laundry, dishes, toys, bathroom, your car, surfaces. Oh, there's 2 days of laundry. That's why I was only getting six. There's your clothes and then kids' clothes. So it's the most overwhelming areas of life for moms typically. It has a checklist, it has video, it has audio. And actually, guys, that is the very first challenge that I ever ran in here. And so you get the new version where I learned all about like special things for my business course to make it a little bit more streamlined and easy to follow. But you also get the original version that it's pretty janky. All right, guys, it's kind of embarrassing where I'm like, that was really not put together, but people still signed up for it, which is a testament really to the fact that the content in it really gives you momentum in decluttering these areas. So it's really designed just to give you momentum. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. And then there is Clutter-Free Motherhood, which is like the full thing. And I'm actually, over the next, after October 10th, I'm going to be redoing Clutter-Free Motherhood because I feel like it's kind of like what my first version of 7 Days to an Uncluttered Home was, kind of embarrassing, where it was like ugly and clunky. And that's how I feel Clutter-Free Motherhood is. The content in it is really, really helpful, but I want to make it pretty and more streamlined. Like Motherhood Simplified. That was the 4th course that I made, and I feel like it's pretty, it's functional, it flows, it makes sense, it's easy to follow. So just being transparent with you guys, Clutter-Free Motherhood is a pretty ugly course right now, but it is, the content is great, okay, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. But 7 days is awesome. So I will put that up in the link, or I will put that up in the link. I will put that link in the comments for you guys. If you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you want to join and you're not sure, or anything, you have any hesitations or anything going on at all, let me know, because I do want to walk you through it. I do want to make sure that if this is something that could be of benefit to you, that you get into it, because it's amazing and it's super fun. Super powerful. It's all the good things. And I want to see you guys in there. So I think that's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to end this in all of the different areas. I've got like